Yeah. 22 years later, what we do, it just officially went gold. That's crazy, man. That's
I
a
think I
that's
think that
a
joint was platinum already.
that's a hood classic, man.
But you
Like,
got to
and
remember though. You got to
we
remember.
not talking just Philly. That shit's everywhere.
You got to remember the time when it came out though. What the Napster, bootleg,
LimeWire, yeah,
bro. People wasn't buying like music. I mean, you gonna sell if you sell 400,000 records, that means you really sold 5 million.
yep,
Think about 52nd Street, bro. 52nd Street went platinum. Like I mean, so like it was just now they probably count streams. You know what I mean? So like but my thing is this: that song right now, come on, any state, anywhere, it's gonna jump. I mean,
yeah,
that's one of them songs. You know what I mean? So, but like I said, that was a Freeway song. It's like the song Freeway got. What's the flip side? I mean, what's that flip side?
yep,
That was my song first. It was me and Freeway did it.
yeah.
Yeah, me and Freeway. I went to jail, came out. PD was on it. Yeah, me and Freeway. Yep. I think what you gonna put a version of it out somewhere. I think it's on Apple Music or something with me on it. But I mean that was a hit song. But PD did a good he killed it. I mean, but I mean, but that's how the music game go. Like I mean, when you sign to a label, you submit songs, but it's up to them to whatever they're gonna put out, how they gonna do it. But I was in jail, so I blame myself. But I was in jail for somebody putting me in jail. I was in jail innocent twice. The boy Jimmy the Saint, he got caught with a brick in his crib, and he told him I killed somebody. Got me like for murder, bro. I'm 100% innocent. He know I was innocent. He tried to give me the death penalty for that shit, bro. That shit was like a real deal. That was a real thing. Like, it's nothing like being in prison when you ain't do it. It's different if I was there and I know who did it. I don't know nothing about the whole situation. You feel me? And you sitting in that joint, man, they trying to give you a death penalty, man. And they keep talking about you want to take a deal for life. You think, man, I might not get out. And I ain't do this shit. Like, it mess with your mind. It could break you.
Wait, so let's go back. So Jimmy the Saint, that's your old manager?
He was my manager, but before he was my manager, I used to hustle for him. He was getting money. I was a hustle for him in West Philly. And he had a real studio. Like, he was the first person to put me in the studio. I looked up to him. I think he was my old head. So I never thought nothing about it. But so he was selling drugs. He got caught with a brick in his crib, and he started throwing people under the bus. Like, he picked me. I'm like, wow, damn, why he picked me? And I had one of my baby moms. He liked her a lot. As soon as he seen me with her, he went and told him I killed. He put the plan on me, get me booked, real shit. And it sound crazy. No real shit. Like, cause this is one thing. If you could pick anybody to put in jail, why would you pick a young boy that didn't bust his gun for you, that didn't never stole no money, that look up to you? Why would you pick him? Then I asked my man, you think he'd do that over a girl? He's like, yeah. Even though he was married, But my thing is this: that's worse than being a rat. You get somebody arrested for something you know they ain't do. That's diabolical, man. You know what I'm saying? And it took me 20 years to find out. I never knew. But I kept being persistent because there was two people. One got killed, one didn't. One lived. So the one who lived, I kept saying, yo, bro, why you said it was me? Kept asking. Then one day he just told me the story. Like, my neighbor upstairs came to me. Like, he know who did it. He showed me a video of you. And I told him I wasn't sure if it was you or not. But then he brought the cops to my house and they took me down to the station. I made a statement. And mind you, I'm somewhere minding my business, not knowing nothing that's going on. Then they come, So, yeah, that was a crazy time, man. And I just got signed. I just had got signed.
Right. So, do you think Jimmy is he still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive. Yeah.
Okay, and do you think that he possibly thought that you committed this murder?
No, I don't listen. The boy, I don't even know them. But what happened was he was just trying to get anybody. Like, he ain't just telling me. He got a lot of people locked up. No, I ain't do it. I don't even know. I don't even know them at all. Like, they're not even. We have no type of nothing together. So not only did I had to worry about not getting found guilty, I don't know who the boy Peoples was. That they said I killed. When you get out of jail, that don't mean his family don't think I did it. You know what I'm saying? So every day I'm still strapped, vest on, like for the years. Like, just because I don't know who bought people. Because once you accuse somebody of it, the family well, they won't accuse you for nothing. We had to do something. You know what I mean? So like he messed. So then they locked me up for a robbery the next year after that, and used that case to find me guilty on the robbery at my show.
So wait, because we're gonna get to that, because that was we talked about that on our first interview. So did you do time for this murder that you were accused of?
Yeah, listen. First of all, I had no bail. I went on a run because when they told me they was looking for me for murder, I didn't know what they was talking about. When I was young, I used to be wilding, doing all type of stuff. So I just went on a run. I said, man, I ain't going to jail for that. I might not ever get out. I went on a run. Went to Atlanta. I was in Atlanta, and the only person I was calling was my manager. Like, bro, man, I mean, because I just got signed. I'm like, bro, he told him where I was at. They came and got me, put me in Fulton County, where thugging I'm at now. I was there thugging. I probably was like 8 years old back then. And the way they do it in Atlanta, if you got a murder, you go to the 7th floor where everybody else got murders. So I go to the 7th floor. I don't know nobody. I'm from Philly. As soon as I talk, they're like, yo, where you from? I mean, talking about taking my Jordans. I'm like, yo, big ticket. Like, what? I mean, so I'm talking about stressed out. Mind you, I just got shot, so I was kind of still hurt. I mean, I ain't had no cell when I come there. All the cells took, so I got to sleep on the floor by the phones. And I'm like, mind you, the whole time I'm thinking maybe I did it. I still ain't know I was innocent yet. I ain't know I was innocent yet. So they fly me on a regular airplane, bro, shackled up. And mind you, all regular people on there. They take me to place all these regular people, fly me to Philly. We get to the airport. They go on Burger King. I'm in Burger King, shackled up. You know what I mean? They go take me to the rental car place. They take the rental car back. But mind you, they keep the whole time they're trying to get me to say, well, tell us what happened. Well, I mean, we know you did it. The girl was what you said you did it. Like,
Wait, I'm stuck on the airplane shit. You got passengers and everybody behind you.
Listen,
You shackled up.
Mind you, I had to get on last. Everybody already on
Everybody looking at you.
Everybody look. I got on a red Ralph Lauren hoodie on. Right. I'm shackled up like this, right, with the Jones on my legs. They looking like, mind you, got a big white detective and another detective, one in front of me, one in the back of me. But they sit me in the middle. Matter of fact, they sit me by the window. They both sit right here, right? The whole time they trying to get me to tell. Listen, man, we know you did it. Like, I mean, we got all the evidence. You might as well just come clean. I just act like I was asleep the whole time, right? So we get to the police station. So mind you, I'm hungry now. This is how they try to play me. They try not to feed me, right? They said, listen, we know you're hungry. You want to talk? It'd be like 2 days, right? I ain't eat. I'm like, I'm ready to talk, man. Like, yeah, I'm ready to talk. Like, all right, we're going to get you something to eat so we can talk. All right. So you bring me like a cheeseburger and soda, right? Mind you, I'm handcuffed to the chair. The chair don't move. I'm eating the ham. So after I finish eating, they're like, well, tell us what happened. I said, man, I don't know what you're talking about. Punch me in my eye, punch me in the face, beat me up and all that, right?
Nah.
Yeah. Then they showed me the bull who I supposed to did it to. I'm like, him? I don't know him. That's not start getting mad. Like, you mean to tell me I'm going to do all this shit and I don't even know this thing? I mean, so I seen the joint. I'm like, what the fuck are they saying I did this for? Like, I mean, so I ain't understand it. I mean, then I start being mad, man. Then I start saying, oh man, something's going on. I feel like it was like a bad dream. Like, what the hell? Like, I just got signed. I had a high. I just got signed. I see my niggas on Saturday Night Live. I'm in jail. You know what I mean? I said, damn, that's when Give It To Me with Sparks on the hook was on the radio all the time. I'm like, why the fuck I'm in jail? Like, I mean, 100%. Everybody. And then when I say I ain't do it, even my homies was like, nigga, you did it. You know what I mean? Like, everybody said like, they was like, nigga, you did it, nigga. Like, come on, man. Then my family, the boy who died, family in the courtroom about to fight. I mean, the whole time, the nigga Jim, as though he didn't had to go talk to the police to say I did it. He thought he was gonna be anonymous. He was in court. He never thought I would find out because he never thought I would talk to the boy. You know what I mean? So like, yeah. So I'm like, damn, man, that's crazy. And I just didn't understand it. Then when I got out of beat it, my lawyer said, if you sue the city, you can't be selling drugs. You can't be doing nothing wrong. So if you want to sue him, let me know. And I was like, no, I ain't gonna sue him because I know I'm gonna be trapping. I mean, I'm gonna be out just doing trapping. Like, I mean, but I might as well sue them because they locked me right up. Again,
Wait, why'd your lawyer say that you can't do both?
Gonna be monitoring you, watching you. Once you sue the city, they said they be on your top but they was on my top crazy anyway. I mean, I was just trying to get that shit over with. I think they was gonna look at it as I was innocent. I didn't do it, but the cops looked at it like I got away with it. They didn't look at it like they looked at it like, nigga, you got away with it, bro. When I say, bro, they did so much stuff to me, bro. You won't even believe what the cops, bro. One time they locked me up, right? I'm with some girl. We in the car talking. They come lock me up, take me to the police station. I'm like, what I'm locked up for? They wouldn't tell me. Some lady came in there with these thick ass glasses. Like, is this him? She looking at the bars off. Can't see. Like, I don't think that's him. I'm like, what you mean? Is that me? What? What the fuck you talking about? She got raped. She got raped by somebody. So I'm like, with them thick ass glasses, she could have said it was me or anything. Like, I'm like, yo, I gotta get from. That's when I had moved out. I moved to New Jersey for a while. You know what I mean? Like, I said, man, they on my top too much. I mean, I said, why would I have to? First of all, I'm a rapper. I'm young in my prime, getting money. This lady was like 50 something, thick ass. I said, why would I rape her though? Like, not trying to play me. Like, I mean, so when I got locked up for the robbery, the boy Delaney.
Wait. Before we get to the robbery, so did you take the murders to trial or?
No, what happened was, the way murder work is this. Preliminary hearing on a regular case might take a month. On a murder, you can go to preliminary hearing. It could take years because there's no limit on how long you can sit. They don't care. So I was going to court for like maybe 9-10 months, just waiting to go to preliminary hearing. I mean, so I got the preliminary hearing. I see the boy, and I'm like, man, I don't know you, bro. He looking at me like, man. So he's like, he starts saying like I was too tall. I was taller than the boy that did it. He's like, man,
Right.
he's like, man, that just don't fit. Mind you, my district attorney name was Roger King, right? Black boy. He only take high profile cases. He come in the courtroom with his luggage, bags and shit. The judge like, why you got these bags? Like, what do you got these bags for? He said, because if y'all let this man go, I'm moving out of Philly because it's not safe. My bags are already packed. And it was, I said, yo, they try, yo, that's it. They try to get me, yo. Yeah, so Boy kept saying, Boy wouldn't even look at me. The boy don't understand. Shout out to Boy too, man, because he kept it real. All he had to do was say, kept saying, yeah. I mean, he kept it real. Like, man, I looked at Boy, I said, yo, bro, I don't know you, bro. He like, damn, Boy too tall. He never saw me in real life. He only saw me on like, they never gave me a lineup or nothing. They never gave me a lie detector test, nothing. They just put me in jail, basically. Just threw me in jail. I mean, no bail, none of that shit. I mean, so Boy kept it real, like, man, that ain't him. That ain't. So what they took it as I threatened him or I paid him off. Once they started seeing I was signing Rockefeller has access to money, they said, man, he must either paid him off or he threatened them. So when the next case came, it's the same thing they said. Either I'm threatening him or I'm paying him off. You know what I mean?
So have you seen Jimmy the Saint in person ever since?
Yeah, but I didn't know he did that to me.
No, I'm talking about when you, after
No,
20 years later.
No, nope. And it's the crazy part, right? He was calling me. I was going through this thing where I was trying to be, the spiritual thing where I was trying to not be crazy and not be snapping all the time. So like, he called me like 4 times. I wouldn't answer the phone. Because I'm like, I'm going to go crazy. I know I'm just going to just leave it alone. But then one day he called me at a bad day. And I fucking snapped on him like, pussy, I know what you did. And the next day he had a heart attack. Hooked up all these tubes and shit, you know what I mean? So like, I'm glad I didn't find out before. Because if I like found out before, I probably would have did something dumb and be like, I mean, locked up or some shit like that. But I'd rather kill us, like let people know. Because before I wasn't even really saying nothing about this. And he running around acting like he normal. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, once you start telling for the feds, sometimes they make you work for them forever. You know what I mean? He got caught with a brick of crack in his crib. Like that's what
I was about to ask you. He got caught with a brick. Did he get off of that for
he did
snitching on you and everybody else?
He did 10 years. He told on my man Duke. I know he got Duke 8 years. He told on the boy that shot him. He told on me. I don't know who else he told on, but he did 10 years. So that's what make people think he wasn't telling because he did 10 years. But think about getting caught with a brick of crack, bro. That's not 10 years. That's a life
like
sentence.
30, 40. Yeah.
Yeah, so like, I mean, if it was soft, he might get 10 years, but it was crack already, you know what I mean? So he started throwing people underneath the bus, man. I mean, and he picked me. I mean, so he called my man Duke. He told Duke he wanted to buy an M16 off of him. Duke come to go meet him with the M16. The feds right there, grab him. You know what I mean?
Nah.
My man Duke forgave him though. He a church person now. He forgave him. I mean, whatever. But I mean, but even before I knew he did it to me, I wasn't messing with him because I knew he told on Duke. I mean, I was like, you can't be my manager now. You told on Duke, so I can't. You know what I mean, like whatever. Not knowing that he did it even worse than me. You know what I mean?
So is he still in Philly?
I don't know. He ain't be in Philly. I heard. I never seen him. I mean, my thing is this. God made me not know until I was able to handle knowing. You know what I'm saying? Because he know because even now sometimes I'm like, what he did to my life, like because you know the thing is, it's not. I never got found not guilty. They let me go, but it's like until they get new evidence. So it's like it's an open thing, even to this day on my record. That's why I mean, when I went to truck driver school, I couldn't even get a job because of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about this, and it's been 24 years, bro. I mean, mind you, when they run my name, you know, they pull you over, they get a car in your name, they run the name, and they see my shit, they gonna pull me over every time, pull me out the car. I mean, all that because that's on there. You know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, so then he made me got found guilty for the robbery because of that case. So everything he did.
Okay, so yep. So look, so one day you're at a show and you accidentally bumper to bumper?
No. I'm at a show. So peep the scene. We had a show. We on Spring Garden Street, like 7th and Spring Garden. Somebody's dead underneath Beans Bentley. Somebody got shot and they killed, but they underneath Beans Bentley for some reason. And Beans Bentley was parked at the corner, like on the sidewalk. So the cops take the side of the street off that I'm parked on. So everybody on this street can't leave because it's taped off. So everybody outside the club waiting, talking about like 500-600 people. It was crazy out there, right? So my car parked on the side, and the white Cherokee parked behind me, right? I'm sitting in the car talking to somebody, and it just hit. I'm like, why the fuck you crashing to me? We're not even moving. We in the parking spot. You know what I mean? But mind you, I'm in a rental, like remember that little ugly PT Cruiser things? I had just drove one in North Carolina for a show. Because they had paid me for the fly out there, but they gave me so much to fly. I said, man, we could ride down that joint. Ride down there. So I get out of the car, boy, like, my bad, homie. I said, bro, how you crashing to me? We're not even moving. We not, I mean, he said, man, I said, man, I don't know, whatever. Give me something, whatever for the light if you want. You know what I mean? He put out some money, gave me $60. We shook hands. I get in the car.
He gave you $60.
Yeah, for the light, the light
Okay.
was on. Something like $60, something like that, right? We shake hands, no problem. Get back in the car. We still can't leave, so we still sit there for like another 40 minutes. You know what I mean? Boom, no, I ain't even think nothing about it. You know what I mean? Boom, we leave, take the rental car back the next day. Then the cops call me the next day, like, yo, we got to turn yourself in. I'm like, for what? A robbery. So here I go again, me thinking of something from back in the day. I'm like, what? When? They said, recently it just happened, you robbed somebody. I said, man, I turned myself in. Because I want to know what it's about. So when they tell me I robbed somebody, I'm like, I don't remember. So I get to court, my cousin like, that's the bull who crashed into your car, remember? So I'm like, yo, bro, he said, give me $10,000 and I won't say you robbed me. His name Delaney Foxworth. That's just how, I mean, give me $10,000. I won't. He got his brothers coming to court when he making these mean faces to me and all this. I'm like, bro, you doing all this, bro, and you saying I robbed you, bro. So in my head, I'm thinking like, the judge gonna know I ain't robbing because first of all, I got paid that night. Second of all, somebody was dead down there. The cops was everywhere. I mean, and mind you, what kind of robbery that you gonna give me $60 and but you got more money? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Bull kept saying I did it for a year. Then I guess he felt bad about it. So so when we get to trial, he like, yo, I'm gonna go in there and say you didn't do it. I said, man, I don't care what you do at this point. Like, I'm gonna beat it anyway. He get on the stand. He say, yo, Your Honor, he didn't rob me. The judge like, he didn't rob you. You've been saying he robbed you for a year, right? Don't you know the detectives from the murder was in the courtroom and got up and like, yo, Your Honor, the same thing happened in the murder trial. The guy said it was him. Then he changed his story. Either he's paying him off or he's threatening them. And they said, what? The judge said, he walked off the bench, came down to where I was sitting there and said, I found something fishy going on. Immediate custody right now and revoke my bail, lock me up, bro, and I ain't get out. I said, what? Found me guilty, bro, on all charges, like just like that. Because I didn't take a jury trial. I was gonna take the judge because I'm like, there's no way I could lose this. So he found me guilty, like just like that. You know what I mean? Even with the bull saying I didn't do it. You know what I mean? And that made me a convicted felon for the rest of my life. You know what I mean?
So after that, Dennis Kogan hit you up, right?
Yeah, to do sentencing. He went to $35,000.
So wait, Dame Dash hooked you up with him, or like
Dame,
how did that happen?
Dame knew Dennis Kogan partner Tony Patron. So Tony Patron was like, yo, Dennis Kogan is like the best lawyer in Philadelphia. I mean, he wasn't famous then. I didn't know him. I never heard of him. You know what I mean? But the way he was talking to me, I'm like, he got to be somebody. He was like, man, I'll get you out. Don't even, if guilty or not, I'll get you out. I'm like, what? I'm guilty. How you gonna get me out? And he got me the fuck out. You know what I mean? But the crazy part about the whole story is the judge that did that to me, when I was about to get out of jail 2015, I see he got caught on fire, in a house fire. And I said, mind you, I don't wish nobody to die like that, but that's God. Like, bro, like you can't be just taking people from their families just because your ego. You know what I mean? Making people convicted felons for the rest of their life because of your ego. I mean, now I couldn't get a gun license and I carry a gun every day. I mean, so now I'm getting locked up with guns and get this crime because of all of that mess. But I could have been legally carrying a gun. You know what I mean? And people like me are more high at risk of dying than somebody white that got a gun. You know what I mean? Like I need a gun. You know what I mean? I've been shot 10 times. I mean, I need a gun. So the simple fact that messed my whole like way of life up. You know what I mean? The boy Jimmy Saint did that. Yeah.
So Dennis Kogan hit you and he said that you needed he needed $35,000.
I said you need $35,000 just to do sentencing. I said armed robbery conviction is mandatory 5 to 10. How you gonna get around that? He said, don't you worry about that. Give me the money and you'll be out of jail. He said he said, listen. So I said, all right. Dame said, just pay him. I paid him the $35,000. He come to court. He come back to the jail about a month later. Said, listen, if you go in there and say you're guilty and say you're sorry for doing it. I said, but I ain't do it. He said, just go in there and say you're sorry for doing it, apologize, and we will get the gun took out and immediate release for time served and the work release. I said, no. He said, I'm gonna come back in 2 months and ask you again. You know, 2 months go by, state property popping and all that shit. I'm like, damn, I'm looking at 5 to 10 years if I don't do that. And I had to go in there. I said, all right, man, I'm gonna do it. I went in there and said that. I don't know what I was thinking that night. That shit was the hardest shit I ever did, bro, in my life, bro.
Crazy.
Bro,
that's crazy.
Bro, so I had to, then they let me go, but I had to go to a work release where I go to jail every night for like 9 more months. You know what I mean? But it gave me probation for like 8 years. I violated that like 1,000 times, so I ended up being on it for like 12 years. You know what I mean? So every time I went to jail and I never could get out because I got a probation, I detain her. Like, I mean, even though I ended up beating the cases, I still end up sitting in jail to the outcome because I got this probation shit. You know what I mean? So like, I still end up doing like probably 7 years, 6 years just off that. You know what I mean? So like, it's crazy, man.
For the robbery, how many years did they sentence you for?
Well, they gave me 11 to 23 months, followed by 8 years probation. 7, 8 years probation, something like that. So basically like 10 years, really, because, you know, you violated, you can just, you know what I mean? And the way they was doing it back then, if you violated, they start the time over kind of shit. Like, I mean, it's called river bar. They like you. So say I was out on probation for 5 years and I get in trouble, they could start the whole time over. I mean, so I ended up doing 12 years on probation. I mean, until I got off of that joint because I kept getting in trouble on it. I mean, I'm talking about dumb petty shit though. Petty shit you can't even get out. Anything. I mean, one time I took my baby mom phone, like arguments, dumb young shit. She called the cops. They come lock me up. I can't get out. She like, no, I don't want him in jail like that. Like, I mean, just shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get out. So you in the county jail all the time. Like, bail 500. You know what I mean? But you got to detain her though. So like, I mean, so that's what that conviction did to me. That conviction fucked me up bad, man. Right now I can go to, if it wasn't for that, I can go to school right now and become a doctor. Once you're a felon, you can't be nothing in the hospital. You can't work with no kids. You can't live certain places. Certain places you can't live as a felon, convicted felon. So like, convicted felons the only people that can get discriminated against legally. You mean? So that shit fucked me up. And if I knew what I knew now, I wouldn't have took that deal. I'd have went to jail and came back on the pill and beat that shit. Because no way I would have took that shit if I knew what I knew now.
You wouldn't have paid the $35,000 if you would have knew everything.
If I knew what I knew now, I'd have paid the $35,000. But I'd have told him, like, listen, I need you to get me for a pill. Fuck this, I'm going to jail right now because I can't. Convicted felon, knowing I'm going to live this long and have to go through this convicted felon shit, like, it take all your rights away. I can't have a gun legally. I can't protect myself legally. I mean, when you're convicted felon, you can't even have certain knives. You can't even have mace. All that shit is illegal for you to have. I mean, because some guy said this about, come on, man. I mean, you can't live certain places. I got to get certain places I used to live at. I had to get other people's name. You know what I mean? It's just like, all that shit, it's like discrimination. Did this forever. It ain't like it's forever. So if you get that shit when you're 21, you live to be 80, it's still on there.